Hey guys, how are you? Sorry, we ran a little late. We had some technical difficulties. Anyway, how are you? Happy Sunday. So listen, I am here live with JC and
Hello.
hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you got your technical difficulties worked out.
I'm glad too.
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? Hey Jeremiah, how are you? Sorry guys for the late start. I downloaded a green screen uh, application that I could put in my little graphics and stuff, but just to add a little flair. But I'll be better at it next time. I'm new to all this stuff. Be honest with you, I should have studied. I didn't study. So anyway, we are here with JC this Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
And I know you guys are familiar with JC, as actually he's my husband, and I know you guys are familiar with him from our after dinner chats with JC. And I know you see him, but you hear him, but you never see him. So I have him.
You see me sometimes on
Oh, right.
Sunday Fun Day.
That's right. That is true. That is true.
Don't get it twisted.
That is true. Actually, he is watching this broadcast, so he does see your questions. Okay. Maybe one of these days we'll talk him into the frame, but for right now, this is what he likes to do. So JC, would you share with us a little bit about yourself without giving too much of your business away?
Well, what do you mean? I just, let's just say I wake up every morning. I wake up every morning optimistic and in a good mood, and I hope that somebody doesn't spoil it. That's my philosophy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you think the government is going so far that we're 11 days in?
Well, I think everyone's sort of like waiting, what do they say, with bated breath, and we're trying to figure out if Biden and Harris are actually going to get anything accomplished. Hopefully they will. I think they will. We'll get some. I mean, let's just say anything's better than having that monster occupy the Oval Office at this point, because it would have been way worse, as you know.
Okay. Okay. So what are your feelings on his whole legal team? First of all, if you haven't been watching the news, Donald Trump's whole legal team has quit. He wants to still go on this defense that the election was stolen from him, and the lawyers are apparently having a problem with mounting a defense based on that. I guess he's trying to say that the election was stolen. That's why he said what he said, and that's why they did what they did on the 6th. And they're butting heads with that idea. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we will see how it unfolds, I think, in the next 24 hours, don't you?
What are your thoughts?
Well, sorry, I'm trying to look at, sorry, pause for just a second. Hold that thought. I'm not saying pause. I'm just saying I'm trying to find the feature on here where I get the questions. I don't see any questions. Is that it right there? Will they pop up there?
I think so.
Sorry, viewers. This is all very
well, because he's used to running that mouth in the background. He's never really had to think about how hard this stuff is to put together.
Oh yeah.
You know.
If somebody watching could kindly submit a question just to make sure I'm on the right track here. Jeremiah just.
I did that.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah, I did that.
All right. Well, I can't.
Thanks, Jeremiah. I appreciate that about you, sir.
So the questions come on the screen.
Well, you're supposed to see the chat function down there. Give us a minute, guys. This is what we do all day.
Oh, here, I got it. Yay!
Okay. Do you need a minute?
Good. No, I don't need a minute. Go ahead. All right.
Okay. Well, remember, people, you're in the room.
I'm here. All right. I'm good.
See, you guys, this all day long. He wants to tell everybody what to do and don't know what to do himself. This is welcome to my world.
Oh my God.
And when you guys see the after dinner chat, you don't know how many takes it takes to get that 60 seconds right. I'm telling you right now, sometimes it takes a half hour to get it done for 60 seconds of pleasure for you guys. Anyway, he doesn't like to be asked the tough questions. I don't know why.
I do too.
Okay, well, this is a live stream with you. All right.
Okay.
So everybody loves JC. Here he is, guys. Here's your chance to ask him questions to which he'll answer. If he doesn't answer the question, he doesn't answer the question. That's how that goes.
Well,
Everyone values their privacy to a degree.
Well, somebody asked the question, who belongs in the trash? And we all know that the whole Trump clan and cronies belong, and they belong in, I don't know, they belong on some garbage barge headed for, I don't know, Thailand. Is that where they send them now these days? Because I think if we put them in a landfill in America, that'll really poison our environment, and then we're really fucked.
Okay, what are you talking about?
We're talking about the trash.
Regular trash or people trash?
I'm talking Trump trash. That's what I'm talking.
You see, what you guys don't realize is he goes off on tangents long after 60 seconds. So you got to parse it out. You got to understand what he's talking about.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm used to it. It's been many, many years of this. And you guys only get the 60-second version of JC. So Janice Cooperton says, Siberia, is that where you want him to be?
No, Siberia is beautiful. Let's not ruin the environment there.
Okay. Okay, so let's all catch up. Oh, Walter's in here. Hey, Walter, how you doing, sir? So listen, guys, follow Walter. He's awesome. Let's catch up first. It's Sunday. Let's do a quick news wrap.
Let's do a recap.
Okay. The articles of impeachment were walked over. Okay. 45 members of the GOP outright decided that they wanted to throw that article, singular, of impeachment out because they said that it was unconstitutional to impeach and convict a president who is not in office anymore. Now, we all know that there's precedent for it because there have been people that have been impeached and convicted out of office. So that's not going to work. It's not going to fly. But that vote signifies that 45 members of Congress, GOP Congress, as of then when they did it, are not going to convict Donald Trump. Okay. Now, fast forward a couple days. Lady G, Lindsey Graham, has decided to help Donald Trump with his legal defense because no respecting law firm is going to help Donald Trump with this foolishness after what happened on January the 6th. Okay. So Lindsey Graham got together a little knitting circle and they decided to come up with some lawyers that could help Donald Trump. Okay. Two of them said, no, we're not, it's just not going to happen. We're not going to go in there and say that the election was rigged. And that's going to be your defense, which led you to say what you said on the 6th, which led to the events of the insurrection later on that day of the 6th. And then now I guess the rest of the 3 of the 5 also quit as of yesterday, leaving Trump with 0 lawyers to defend his actions leading up to the insurrection on the 6th. Okay, so are we all caught up? Now, I know I left some stuff out, but I paraphrase, and I know we're all tired of talking about Donald Trump. But mind you now, we have 45 GOP senators who basically told us that they're not going to convict. That was then.
It's just a tactic. It's another Republican tactic.
Yes, yes. And Chuck Schumer seems to think the longer they wait, the more evidence will come out that Donald Trump and his cronies and some elected members of the Senate egged this mob on, and it would look worse for him, which is all true. All of that is true. And we learned about the meeting on the 5th that happened at Trump's hotel. All of that is true. They all lie. That's what they do. But remember, 45 members of the GOP said that they're not going to convict, pretty much. So personally, if you're asking me, I don't think even if he didn't have any lawyers, I really don't even think that they'll convict him because they're just scared of the mob they created.
Unfortunately, it's the way that the government is structured. These 45 people are worried about their own careers, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And Janice, you could never be more right. He can get a public defender if he can find one of those for free. That's hilarious. So that's where we are on impeachment. Okay. Let's put that over here. Let's put a pin in it and move it along because it is what it is. Right now, I'm not holding my breath for them to convict. I'm just not. They're scared of the Trump mob that'll come after that. So let's move it along to the next thing. Okay. So earlier this week, we've heard what Arizona is doing. Does anybody know what Arizona is doing? If you don't, let me fill you in. First of all, JC, do you know what Arizona is doing?
Yeah, and it's despicable.
Okay.
It's brazen corruption to cheat the vote, bottom line.
Okay. Well, let me set it up for you. Arizona is now trying to pass a law that makes what Donald Trump tried to do with overturning the Electoral College votes legal. That's what Arizona is trying to do. And first of all, they could make it into law all they want. It's unconstitutional. You can't say those votes count when you win, but those votes don't count when you don't win. That's not how any of this shit works. That's not how any of this shit works. Thoughts?
Yeah. Well, it's not gonna fly. Sorry. It's just not gonna work. What are you looking at? It's not, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. That's all you got though?
Because why give it any weight? It's like, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give it any kind of credibility. I just, that's the problem with podcasts and newscasts is you talk about this shit and people start believing it and then it becomes a thing. I don't want this to become a thing. And if you actually Google the story, it's really not out there yet. I mean, it's on social media, but it's like, I think they're laughing at this behind closed doors.
Well, they've laughed at Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, and look where they are. And I use that as a segue because you know what, guys? The Republican Party is done.
Well, Greene is going to lose all her sponsorship going forward. So she's a sinking ship.
You do realize she's not on a sports team.
I know, but going forward, she's in office, right? She's incumbent.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you sure you want to use sponsorship?
I'm talking about people who are funding her campaign and, supplying the grease to make her political, it's not happening.
Well, I don't know about that. Look at the heiress of Publix in Florida. She donated money to the cause, and there are a lot more like them out there.
Well,
yeah. And what I want you guys to understand is this is America. This is America. And I know you're asking yourself and you play it over and over in your head. How did we get here? Where did these people come from? Why did they get to stay in office? Because this is what they truly think. Now, I don't blame Donald Trump for these people. I blame him for egging it on and seeing the trait and bringing it out. But this was going on long before Donald Trump. They were looking for that mouthpiece to act this way. And now you can't put this genie back in the bottle. You can't. Nothing is going to, this is just my opinion. Nothing is going to happen to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Nothing is going to happen to her. You know why? Because the Republican Party is filled with women like her and people like her who think like her. Jewish laser beams started the fires in California. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Okay, Brandon, let's talk about it.
No, I disagree with you.
Gwen, the Republicans are done because not enough rational thinking Republicans are standing up to this foolishness. They're not. They're afraid to lose their jobs because these people are a vote to them. And coming out against this kind of foolishness is going to put them keeping their job in jeopardy. Now, you saw Kevin McCarthy canceled the meeting he was going to have with Marjorie Taylor Greene on Tuesday. Wait, did I read that right? He said he canceled meetings with leadership so he can have the meeting with her. How do you all think that meeting's going to go? Now, she's scrubbing all her social media accounts, taking all that down. But I keep telling you guys, the internet is forever. You could take it down so you can't see it. But that stuff's already been snapshot and screen captioned and all over the news. And most people know how to go and find it anyway in the dark web. So I don't know what she thinks she's doing. And you notice when they get caught, they go back and they scrub their social media accounts and take it all down so new people can't see it. But it's already out there. We already know you said it. We already know you said it. So that's why I say, Gwen, until the Republican Party stands up to this foolish look, drinking children's blood and eating babies, really? This is what Republicans are saying. This is what's happening. It's ridiculous, but you got to stand up to this foolishness. You got to stand up to it. But if you're scared that all of these people are going to primary you because you're calling this craziness out, then you don't deserve to be in office. And that's the Republican Party right now. They're scared to stand up to truth. That's why. Any thoughts?
I just don't think she's going to last. It's like she's so insane, and it's such her rhetoric is so outrageous. It's just not going to hold any weight. It's not going to. Nobody's going to be talking about this bitch in 3 months' time. Mark my word.
Maybe not, but she'll still have her job. Because McCarthy's going to tell her to shut her mouth.
She's going to fucking shut her mouth and go away. Trust me.
Not right away. She won't.
I think
she's claiming to be the AOC of the crazy party. Because that's what I'm calling them right now.
Yeah, but if that's all they got, look how ridiculous that is.
Hey, Janice, how you doing, sweetheart?
Is that all they have?
Janice's question is, do you think the public backlash on big companies will make them talk to the Republicans? And you know what? Let's hope so, because nothing Republicans like more than money, and the lack of not getting it behind running that mouth.
Hit him in the
so perhaps
hit him in the pocketbook.
Perhaps. Thanks, Janice, for your question. I appreciate you. Can't watch news only on this channel. That's funny. Well, yeah, and Lauren Boebert, they're out there. These people are out there, and there's been an article that recently came to light about Josh Hawley. Now, you guys know the Oklahoma City bombing, right? Josh Hawley was 15 at the time. He, at the time, wrote a conservative letter to some media outlet at the time. He was 15, praising that activity. Now, fast forward, he's a United States Senator. If you stay quiet enough in your kookiness, you'll get your turn to spew it if you've been given the right megaphone. And Donald Trump has given these crazy people the right megaphone. He's not responsible for them. He's allowed them to use their megaphone in an irresponsible way. They need to take all that crazy and kick it out of Congress. But they can't. They're backed into a corner. They can't. This party, the crazy side of the Republican Party, is holding these career Republicans hostage with this tomfoolery, as Janice said. Now, agree to disagree, but it's the truth. Nothing's going to happen to them. Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley are just going to shut up and simmer in the background until it goes away.
What about those Ted Cruz billboards?
Oh, right. There's a new ad campaign. They're I think like $2 million ad campaign to put billboards up all across counties where these people are.
It has an impact. It has an impact.
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene won with 73% of the vote in her district. That means 73% of the people where she's from thinks exactly like her. Some are having buyer's remorse, but most are going, no, she's a patriot. She knows the Constitution. First of all, you have to read the Constitution and know what's in it. They cherry pick what they want about the Constitution and make it fit their narrative. I got the freedom of speech. But what it's leaving out is the Constitution doesn't absolve you from the foolish shit that you say out your mouth. There's consequences for that. It gives you the right to say it. It doesn't absolve you from the consequence of what you just said. And that's the part they're missing. Same thing with these damn masks. They've equated all that to my freedoms, my freedoms. Okay. All right.
I think Trumpism is going to slowly sink. I think the Republicans are done, as Gwen says, because my father is a traditional Republican, but voted for Obama and Biden. Honestly, I don't think he voted for Trump. I was afraid to ask him, but the fact is, my father is one of those traditional Republicans that is, fiscally conservative and, not crazy, but just in talking with him about what's going on in these current events is just, I sense that he senses that the Republican party is done. I mean, it really is done, unless they get some smart whippersnapper in there to come back and start making sense with with policies and stop all this crazy rhetoric. It's done.
Okay, so listen, guys, listen. Special surprise. Now, you've heard me mention my sister Chanda before, and she's just somehow miraculously chimed into the conversation. Chanda, welcome. We're live on YouTube. Are you watching us? Is that why you called?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So my sister Chanda is in the room, and would you like to share your 2 cents? They can hear you. They just can't see you. JC's not on the screen either. So you want to say what you want to say?
No, I'd like to continue being a bystander for now, and I'll chime in if I have anything pressing to say.
Okay, well, just know you are a part of the conversation, and the more the merrier. It's a free discussion here.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Okay. When we get to GameStop, that's when you can just go ahead and have at it.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, GameStop is also on the agenda. Okay, well, everyone pay attention to the comments because they're talking to everybody in the room. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Where were we? Chanda, just to catch you up, I don't know how much you heard. What is your thoughts on what Arizona's doing about trying to make law what Trump tried to pull with the Electoral College?
Well, it's completely unconstitutional. I think it's biased as well, and hopefully someone locally will have the backbone to stand up and finally represent folks that need to be represented.
Okay. JC?
Yes.
You were saying before Chanda chimed in?
I wasn't saying anything.
Well, you were talking though. You were kind of talking.
I've lost my train of thought.
Okay, well, that happens, y'all. This is live streaming. You never know what's going to go down. So back on track here. We were talking, actually, let's get to Jeremiah's question here. It says, Jared, even though Trump is not in office, nor does he hold any type of office, do you think that he still has some type of power over or influence on Republicans? Well, Jeremiah, I think that remains to be seen. Kevin McCarthy ran down to kiss the ring because he wants Trump's supporters. Now, I don't know how Trump's still talking to these people because, they've made him a martyr somehow. And the dude has been banished personally. If he doesn't go to jail, this whole banishment from social media is really giving me a good time because he's sitting there spinning in his wheels. How does he tell his lies to people? I mean, he's probably going, you could create all the websites you want, but you're never going to have the social media platform that you did when you had Twitter. I'm sorry, you ruined that, buddy. And everyone who tries to pick up where you left off, Twitter is banning them now too. My Pillow guy, Done. By the way, if anyone saw Saturday Night Live, they mocked the My Pillow guy. It was fantastic. You'll be laughing for days.
If I could just say something.
Sure.
I don't pretty much commenting. I'm not sure how much longer his hold over the GOP will be, considering every last person on his legal team pretty much quit as of yesterday.
Yeah.
The last
we spoke about it.
Barbara, the last two. So right now he has no legal representation. So I don't know. I'm not sure how or even why they're still clinging, as you say, still kissing the ring. It makes no sense. But now that he has no legal representation, maybe we are a glimmer. Maybe we have a little bit more hope that he will be impeached yet again.
I don't know. I'm not holding my breath on that. I'm really not. Trust me, because I'm just going to say it. These Republicans are cowards. They won't do the right thing for democracy, and it's been proven. And in fact, let's just go ahead and jump ahead with GameStop, because that says a lot about America, on top of the fact that Wall Street has been rigging the game against everybody for years. And now that they've gotten caught a little bit, they don't even want the little guy to even play in the game.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. And in fact, what this is doing is, in my personal opinion, it's bringing awareness to, like you said, what has been going on for so long, and it's empowering other groups, I should say, or other pockets of people to pay attention to their money, pay attention, realize that their money has power, realize that, you have ownership in these companies because we buy their games and such. So it's ridiculous.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Now, JC, I know you are familiar with stocks some bit. So how's this making you feel?
Well, it's unnerving, I think, because if you're in on the market, you really you lose confidence in Wall Street, I think. I don't think a lot of people, especially the little guys, are interested in investing right now, knowing what's going on.
I know, dear, but this is why we are in the problem, because the little guys got interested.
Well, you know what?
Can he pretty much explain to us could he explain to us in English what a short sale is? Because a lot of people, myself included, and I'll be honest, I wasn't quite familiar with what a short sale was until last week.
Okay, but then what did you find out? You apparently found out.
Well, from what I understand, and please, JC, correct me, when you have a sale, or excuse me, when you have a company or a stock that may not be performing to its best, you'll have something like a hedge fund will come in and it'll purchase a majority of those stocks, and then we'll sell it back at a lower price to receive a profit. And for me, from what I understand, that's what a short sale is.
Yeah, it's like when the price fluctuates, you short sale it as opposed to the long sale.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you guys probably know by now the fallout of all this. The hedge fund people who are used to doing this for a living, making bets on companies that they know are going to go out of business, so they buy up all their stock to sell to their millionaire investors to make a profit off of them. But the fly in the ointment, I don't know why I like to say that a lot, because it's always the truth when someone pops up and don't supposed to be there. The little guy got involved and messed up the game of the big players, and they had to pay out all of the difference to their big major investors, and they didn't like it, and now they're trying to change the rules of Robinhood and Reddit and Vonage and E-Trade, the retail stock people. Because now they're saying that this is throwing a monkey wrench in how we make our living. So boo-hoo, you don't get to buy a yacht this year because GameStop little investors threw a monkey wrench in your game plan. And now they're all over financial news crying like bitches and trying to change legislation because this is what they've been doing for years.
We pretty much, because I benefit. we pretty much took the power away from them for them being the short sellers. We became the short sellers.
Right.
In fact, we're still doing it.
Right. Right.
We're still
And and now this has a bigger message when it comes to social economics. It doesn't matter skin color or gender. This has to do with the class war. Rich people don't want poor people even getting involved in their business because you're messing things up. And this whole situation showed us that. And with them to have the gall to say, we don't want you in our business is just amazing to me. And and I saw a video on TikTok, and I see, this is why I needed my little green screen, because I was going to play it. This girl put it down like anybody put it down. She said, you know what? If anything, this shows you that they don't even want white people playing in the game they playing.
It's about dollars.
It's about money. And she says, when poor, middle class and poor white people connect the dots that rich white America don't even want you playing and pitting you against black and brown people in other scenarios, that's not the war. She said the war should be between the lower class and the upper class, because they've always instigated the culture wars with everybody else. I mean, I paraphrase, but she said it in 60 seconds like nobody's business. Now, I don't know. I wish I would have gotten her name, but I didn't. But, if she's on your For You page on TikTok, if you happen to see her. Anything else on stocks, anybody? Because we don't need to drive that.
I think come Monday, if you're going to be buying stocks, I think you should focus on tech and COVID resistant stocks, the ones that are at a 5% plus discount.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
JC,
you heard it.
JC done went technical and financial on us.
Yeah. Look for them.
I'm going to ask him, shouldn't we also be, from what I understand, the electric car or the organic power movement is making a play as well?
Yes.
Okay. But can we all be real in this room? Middle class, poor people are not buying electric cars. They can't afford them.
We may not be buying electric cars, no.
Well, wait a second. Aren't they?
What we're paying attention to is the infrastructure that is about to be put in place for these electronic cars. With the confirmation of Secretary Buttigieg, he has pledged to increase our infrastructure for electric cars. So therefore, we should be looking at companies that are putting these charging stations in place.
Okay. Are we talking about jobs, or are we talking about getting in on that stock before it goes through the roof? Or all of it?
Absolutely.
I
don't want to give any stock advice because I am not a stockbroker, but those are the kinds of stocks that we probably should be looking at.
Sweetheart, no one on this live or in here is pertaining to be an expert on anything but what we know.
Well, if you have the time, you have to really be interested in what you're doing on buying these stocks, because you have to monitor the shit like every day. And you don't just buy it and then hope for the best. You got to be really interested in what you're doing, and it has to become a hobby or a full-time job if you really want to make the money. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm busy making TikToks. I don't have time for that.
I mean, Chanda, do you have a lot of time to do all that monitoring?
I absolutely do. I have 3 apps on my phone that send me a text message whenever something moves, whenever I lose.
Okay, then you're hooked up. Wow, you're hooked up.
All right.
I guess that's the way to do it.
My money. I need to know what's happening with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know who's buying an electric car in this group.
But
Absolutely.
I guess my point is, a lot of people have the intention of investing in stocks, but you really have to, you're interested in it. You have to be interested in it, and you have to have a mind for money and figures, and you have to really read a lot of what's going on. You have to read the stock news on a daily basis.
Okay, y'all, listen. Listen. I guess I'm going to have to be the voice of reason. When I look this way, it's Chanda. When I look this way, it's JC. We are in the heart of a pandemic, and that third variant don't give a shit about no stock market. She's saying, I'm trying to kill you if you ain't wearing 3 masks. Okay, so I segued stocks into the pandemic. Now, I don't like talking about, I'll be the first to tell you, I don't like talking about the pandemic because no one is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Nobody's staying home. They're opening everything back up. And we have a third variant from South Africa. And if anything's from Africa, they mean what they say.
Oh, and should I say what I saw last night when I ran out for groceries?
Oh, God, here we go.
No, it bears repeating.
Here we go.
It's shocking. Like,
JC is the coronavirus mask police, y'all.
Because
you should know.
I'm just telling you, these morons go out and dine outside in these tents. Okay, you're still indoors. Hello, you're still indoors, breathing in COVID.
You kind of are.
So you're going to be listed as dead in next week's newspaper. I just don't understand these people walking around in downtown of any U.S. city on a Saturday night as if there's nothing, there's nothing happening. And then these variants are coming in, knocking people on their ass. And now they're saying 200,000 more dead Americans by May 1st. That's the best case scenario. Best case scenario.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be more like 300,000 to 400,000 by May 1st. And these assholes are walking around with no fucking masks on.
Loose.
Put your fucking mask on, motherfucker.
Uh-oh.
Jesus
Beep,
Christ.
Beep, beep, beep. Uh-oh.
Oh my God. I just, where's my megaphone? But I can't.
Listen, I live this every day, guys. He comes home. He sees the people on his drive that don't wear masks. And the rage just, listen.
I'm not the mask police. I'm just an observing citizen.
Well,
doing my thing. And I don't know what you see.
I think you
on
waste
the East Coast.
You waste your breath.
Yeah. What do you mean? Someone's got to speak up.
I know, but you're speaking up to me. I'm not. You need to be doing it when you see it. It's my point.
So,
I'm not trying to get tased. How about that?
Oh, I see.
I
Okay.
learned something yesterday. We all are aware of the adage, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I learned yesterday that is not necessarily true. I learned that you can take a horse to the water and you can control how thirsty his ass gets.
Okay.
So, with the amount of cases that are rising, eventually when COVID hits home, they're going to realize that they need to do the right thing and start protecting. Unfortunately, that is an awful way to think about it, but that may have to happen, JC. It may have to hit home before some idiot realizes that, oh my God, I need to put on a mask because this thing is real. So, we can't make them drink, but we can make their asses thirsty.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
I mean,
that's today's phrase. We can't make them drink, but we can make their asses very thirsty. Quote unquote from Chanda.
But if it weren't, let's just be honest. If it weren't for the greed of the airline industries around the globe, and every fucking airline shut the shit down and closed, they're talking about this fucking variant coming up from Brazil, like it was served on a piece of toast in first class. Like, come on into the country.
It was.
Enjoy your variant.
It was.
Shut the fucking airports down. What are you spreading this fucking variant for? I mean, it's insanity.
I know it is, but come on, listen.
To keep these CEOs
rich,
fuck off.
Airlines bring the mail. That's how the airlines are getting money from the government. They're holding the fact that they bring the mail hostage. And it's been going on in the lower half of the plane for centuries. Well, since airline travel has started. Now, to pay for the fuel, they got to put bodies on the top half of the plane.
But you know what? Okay.
Come on.
Traveling on an aircraft during a pandemic, dining outside in these tents during a pandemic is like the new holiday for the stupid.
Okay. So if you've just joined us, we are in the coronavirus segment of our little podcast / vlog / live stream. And my sister Chanda has joined us from the East Coast, and we're sitting here with JC. And as you can see, he is opinionated as always. I don't have no opinion about COVID because no one's doing what they're supposed to do.
People need to be educated.
So there you go.
That's the problem, and they're not
Educated. Did he just say educated?
educated.
We just had a president of 4 years who went to the school of scamming folks. These people don't want to be educated. They want to be lied to. They want to be told that they're a professional victim. And these are the same people that are traveling on these planes and not wearing a mask. See, it all comes full circle, folks. It all comes full circle.
I agree with one of your commenters, Waterworld, because I just joined the chat. Shut it all down. Shut it all down. You stop those planes from flying for at least a month.
Yes.
Folks will do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Shut the shit down. Shut
Yeah.
it down.
It's not like the mail is already not fucked because it already is. And can we speak about the mail for a second? How is it that Louis DeJoy has not been fired yet? He is still allowed to lay in. He's allowed to lay in the cut after fucking up the mail so bad.
He's on the chopping block.
Listen, President Biden has so much to do. You don't think that they have a room with a humongous whiteboard with shit they have listed?
That's right.
Oh,
All right. Well, forgive me for wanting them to get got right now. I want them to get got right now.
I completely agree. I agree. This should have been, for me, I would have had a person assigned to each screw up and have it all done, to get it all done within the first 150 days, not 100, but first 150 days. I need all of these priorities taken care of, or I need an action plan on what's about to happen. That's what I would have done.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, since you brought that up, how many of us here joining me on the live stream and here at the table agree that this talk of unity is a fantasy?
If I could just say what we say on the East Coast, oh hell no.
It's a fantasy because it's the way our government is structured. It's like the offense and the defense. That's it. It's always going to be separate. Always.
Well, look, I said in my live on Friday on TikTok, look, President Biden has to say it because that's what commanders in chief do. They want to say unity, but I'm going to need Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer to be getting a side eye going. We hear you, but we know what you really mean.
Oh, what did they hear Nancy saying on a secret audio? We've got the assholes and the non-assholes.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I cannot
agree. I cannot agree that that's what he has to say. I only believe that that's what he's programmed to say because he's a traditional politician, right? He's traditional and he's programmed to, we must bring the country together. We must have hope. But there has to be a part of you that believes that when those doors close, he's saying, oh, fuck this shit. We need to do what we need to do.
Because Kamala is saying it. She's saying it.
Look how many orders he signed. His pen is saying, fuck this shit. This is what we need to do. That's what
so listen, I'm in agreement with Janice here. She says you can't negotiate with terrorists. And I concur.
Absolutely.
I concur.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not going to lie to you. Unity is not going to happen. First of all, 140 of them said, we don't believe you, President. We think the election was stolen because a clown told them to say it and they believed it. And then they voted to not certify. And then, and all while that's happening, we had some crazies outside breaking windows and breaking in, trying to say, where you at? Because I think I'm going to put a rope around your neck. And then
Congressman,
it's just the wording for me and the timing of it all. They got right back to work. And those same senators and House of Representative people just did not change their mind after 6 people now have died. 6.
You think Trump cares?
Oh, please. Please. I'm still stewing over the fact that we have to pay for Secret Service for Ivanka, who did nothing but steal from us for 4 years.
And Ivanka is laughing at those 6 dead people.
I'm irritated as hell about it. And you should be too. And I always say, if you're not mad, then you don't know anything about it. Because I was told you're always mad. I'm not mad. a lot. I'm always concerned. And when I speak about it, it comes out passion. Oh, hell yeah, I'm mad. I'm trying to clean that up.
But the
yeah, I'm
bottom
mad.
line is we've never been unified. So that
No,
is
God, no.
like, dream on, Alice. You'll get to Wonderland sometime.
No, gosh, come on.
That is true. That's true.
And
what do you think? Where do you think the Republican Party is going to end up? What do you think where do you see the Republican Party in the next 3 years? I'll say that. And I say 3 because, of course, after the midterms and as a result of the midterms, where do you see the Republican Party?
I mean, hopefully.
Well, a lot of that depends on the Democrats. For me, my answer, because I know Democrats only vote in major elections, and when an election has been drawn to their attention, getting national attention. But Democrats are horrible at messaging, and they do not vote in midterms, and that's why we're in this mess. It's years and years and years of these clowns in office because Black and brown and Democrats who they don't want to complain about the issues, but they don't want to go out and thinking that their vote will change it. Stacey Abrams proved that to not be true.
Which is why she should have been made. She should have been made the head, and not. She should have been escalated. She should have been. Yeah, she should have been bumped up to Jamie's position.
Well, apparently, from what they're telling me, she was offered the job, but she wants to run for governor again. And I'm like, well, you can do both.
That makes sense.
You could do both until it's time for you to run. You could do both.
I wasn't aware of that, but yeah.
Every state has the potential to have a Stacey Abrams in it. And I'm sure that there are people passionate enough to the Stacey Abrams level, but they just they don't ever take the extra step. They don't do it.
Right.
And your thoughts, JC?
On her blueprint for the Democratic Party, I hope she passed it along because what she did in Atlanta was every bit of a miracle.
Now, Chanda, I know you can't see JC because you're here and he's here. And look at this. We're using 3 forms of streaming. Wait, what are you trying to say?
Oh, what subject are we on now?
Stacey Abrams.
What about her?
Your thoughts on Stacey Abrams because trust me, we're going to need a Stacey Abrams in Arizona. We're going to need one there. Now,
we need one in the whole country.
Christian Sinema is the Democratic senator from there. The state flipped blue, and I don't know what she's afraid of, but it turns out this is why she's afraid. This kind of legislation they're trying to do out of there. And that's why Joe Manchin is afraid. And they're the 2 senators right now who won't vote to get rid of the filibuster because of where they came from and knowing that their jobs will be on the line. At some point, though, you have to care about your country more than your job, getting things done for the American people. Now, how is it that West Virginia has the best coronavirus vaccine response, but the worst in jobs and
same with Alabama.
They have aren't they among the highest in addiction?
That's my point. That's exactly it.
Apparently,
I get it. Maybe they rushed to get the vaccine thinking it was going to give them a high. Bazinga! I had to sneak that in. Sorry, y'all. I had to sneak that in. Anybody from West Virginia, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that statistic is very odd.
It is very odd. For example, how is it they not put the 2 together? Mitch McConnell is rich, and he's from one of the poorest states in America. Why can't they just put their heads together and realize, I don't understand. If you got to wait in a food line to get food because of the mishandling of coronavirus, and Mitch McConnell's behind ain't thinking about you and never have to worry about the fact that he's got to go to a food pantry to get food, that should worry you.
Does he have a house in Georgetown?
I don't know where he got it. It wouldn't surprise me.
No, because Kentucky, he couldn't possibly reside in Kentucky.
He has a house in Kentucky.
He definitely has a house.
He has to maintain residence.
I'm saying reside as in spending the time there. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, clearly not, because he hasn't given a town hall in never.
But yet they keep naming boulevards and highways after him.
It's ridiculous. I don't know what the autopsy of Kentucky is going to be. We elected a con man for 30 years to office, and he gave us nothing.
Isn't Kentucky a landlocked trailer park? Yeah, you heard it.
Okay. We're not going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. He's back.
Yeah, I'm
JC's
going
back.
there.
Mind you, too. JC's prone to these little things he does.
Little things.
Unfiltered moments.
Okay. What everybody's thinking. You mean those things?
Okay. So there you go. And that's why y'all love him, because you never know what he's going to say.
Hey, we're talking about a state with a 9th grade education. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh.
I'm just
Oh,
I'm
wow.
just stating the facts.
Oh.
I'm stating the facts.
Well, and if we're talking about Kentucky, we might as well move on to Florida. Now, anybody from Florida here?
Well, they're just controlled by their religion. That's Florida. Those fake Christians. No, seriously. Yeah.
Are y'all reading the questions?
I'm reading the comments. They're really great. He's renting a trailer in Baltimore.
Oh, that is hilarious. Well, that should be the thing that he's used to.
I mean, these people in Florida are like crying, oh, I didn't wear a mask, and everyone around, they're dropping like flies. Really? Well, you go to church and pray harder. Yeah.
You know, I really just don't think, I could be wrong. I really just don't think, first of all, Ron DeSantis is run that, first of all, hasn't.
Oh my God.
I
hate him. He's an asshole.
He hasn't given us any coronavirus death numbers because we know that's where all the old people are. That's where they go to retire.
I think we should all.
We know.
Everybody should buy.
More people are dead in Florida that they're telling us.
You know those little head shops that every little city has where you can buy like crazy postcards and stuff? There is an actual postcard with somebody's butthole on there. I think everybody should buy the postcard and address it to DeSantis, to his office. And that will be enough. That'll make his day. Send the postcards, people, today. So he knows what he really is. With a first-class stamp.
Oh, yeah. And it turns out, are y'all ready for this? Maybe you didn't know, or maybe you did know. Rob DeSantis was creating COVID vaccine packages to sell out of online for people to travel to Florida so he can sell the vaccine to the highest bidder. Any thoughts? Any thoughts?
The height of corruption. Right.
Okay. And since we're talking about the vaccine, they tried to build a campaign around the fact that Tyler Perry got a vaccine, and he's neither a first responder, he's over 65, and they're trying to say that they want to see popular images of Black life getting vaccinated so Black people can get vaccinated. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Oh, hell no.
First of all, what did they think Medea was going to do? What was he? So there's a picture of.
Wait a minute. Where's Cardi B? Why haven't we heard from Cardi B on this shit?
Wait, because
coronavirus. Where's our Cardi B, bitch?
And giving him a shot is not going to make me run and get the shot. What the hell?
How much do y'all want to bet, though, if he would have taken the shot dressed up as Medea? Come on now, we got him out there. Well, if it's good enough for Medea, it's good enough for me.
No, to be honest, you get Beyonce and put her in a chair and give her a COVID vaccination. You'll have some folks. Or, excuse me, the baby. You'll have some folks.
I don't even know what a DaBaby is. What is a DaBaby? I don't even know what that is.
or even Sean Diddy, or what's his name? Sean Combs.
I'm just giving you faces in the Black culture who would get people to come out. But my question is, who would Tyler Perry is going to make me get a shot?
Well, apparently it backfired because now the backlash is, first of all, how he get a shot when he doesn't meet any of the criteria. And then it shined the light on how rich people are getting vaccinated before everybody who needs to be vaccinated first, even before first responders.
Oprah.
That's what the problem is.
Oprah took her $1 billion and got vaccinated. Let's not get it twisted. No, but Oprah.
Okay, hold on now. I think I need to address this. Wait, Chandra, is this you? Did you type this, Chanda?
No, someone is talking to me.
Oh, okay, because I think Hank Aaron died after getting vaccinated, but the vaccination did not kill him. So we need to clarify that.
Correct.
That's what Fox News and Newsmax put together. And of course, people don't read and they don't find out what's going on. Because
Larry-
I looked into it myself. I said, wait a minute, that can't be right.
Larry King died of COVID, and nobody's talking about that.
Well, Larry King been dead for the past 10 years. He's just been, somebody else has just been moving his mouth. So I don't know
That's
what to tell
not
you.
nice. You can't talk like
Well,
that.
I don't, well.
I know JC is not talking about that's not nice, but he just
Right? Right?
face on the butt.
Right? Right? Can you believe it? Man, I know that is what?
And we also lost, don't forget, we also lost two greats, Cicely Tyson and Clorox Bleachman. Both probably died from
Cloris Leachman.
I know, but I call her Clorox Bleachman. She's my fave. I was dead when she died.
You just gave a drag queen name to some looming drag queen somewhere.
I adored Clorox. She was really
You're welcome, Chandra. You're welcome.
Genius.
Well, listen, it's time. These people live full. Cloris Leachman was in her 90s. So was Cicely Tyson.
I know, but she
And
still had her
here's the
wits about
good news, though. 2020 didn't get them. That's the good news. It would have been worse had 2020 got them.
And what's astounding is Betty White is still alive.
Now don't jinx it. La 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 la
I mean,
la la
she
la
just
la
turned
la,
99.
la, la.
Good for
Don't
her.
jinx it.
You need to bring it back. Bring it back.
Don't.
Bring back.
And you know who's got one foot in the grave is Barbara Wawa.
Oh dear God.
Wah.
Oh my gosh. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, Barbara Wawa. Where's she been?
Well, guys, listen, I'm just, I gotta say, I'm changing the subject. Okay, wiping the slate clean. We gotta get back to the elections because, be honest with you, that's how I came to prominence on the internet, educating people about elections and what they need to do and who did what and all that.
Well,
We need to now, because 2020 is what? Just 2022 is just next year.
Everybody needs to listen or watch Lord Timotheus on TikTok. I'm serious. I think you had a huge impact last year on voters.
Why, thank you.
No, I'm serious.
I mean, because that's all I did. I got burnt out on the
I
subject.
think you made a huge impression on hundreds of thousands of voters.
I hope
I'm
so.
serious.
I hope
I'm
so.
not just saying that. I think you did.
I hope so. I hope so.
And it really spread like wildfire on social media because of your mouth, because of your work. Well, you know what I mean. Because of your face, because of those beautiful glasses you wear.
Oh, well, I hope so. Because now I guess I got to refocus that energy again because Black and brown people don't vote in midterms. If they do, they don't vote in the numbers that they should.
Well,
and
or another problem that we have is that we don't do the due diligence and research the correct information. We will get a story from
right.
And then we'll take that story and we'll tell it to someone else loud and wrong. And then that person will take that story and report and tell it to 4 more people loud and double wrong. And therefore you have a rumor and it's just stupid, incorrect information. We need to get the correct information before we start telling our friends and them.
You know what?
There it is. Boom.
Boom.
Listen, ditto. I ain't got nothing to add. Nothing to add. That is the
I
truth.
must say, I like Jennifer's comment just now because you know why you have learned a lot from Timotheus than you did in school? Because he speaks the truth.
Oh, I try to. I mean, why would I get in here and lie?
No. But I mean, you don't even like throw in any kind of hyperbole. You are a truth teller.
Look.
You don't sugarcoat
Well,
shit.
I would like to. As I told the people who follow me, if you want to be lied to, you need to go ahead on somewhere else because that's not what I'm going to do. I mean, I got people that love me. I mean, family members and such that love me. But you know, I don't like smoke blown in my face, so I'm not going to do that to you. That makes sense.
It's about doing the right thing.
I can't make you listen. And you know what? Like Chanda says, you're going to believe what you want to believe. And before you realize what you've said to 10 people is wrong, you don't go back and correct yourself. There's no such thing as having pride in that moment. Just say you were wrong and put out a new video just as loud, correcting the misinformation that you put out there. No one's going to blame you. You just didn't know what you were saying wasn't true. Now, you could always do a free Google search, like I always tell you, but
But still,
That's on you.
I think that you, especially with your hashtags, let's just be honest and explain the facts here with Lord Timotheus. Many of your political hashtags have gone viral by the millions. Am I not?
They have.
They
I don't even know if you guys realize that, because you know
seriously.
what? I don't need to toot a horn that's constantly blowing. You know, and I keep telling JC, I'm not, and I just told you this, Chanda, the other day, I'm not going to argue with facts that I know to be true. And I'm not going to convince you about facts that are true. That's on you. Either you can receive it, or you can go and say, find a different variant to what I said, but have some ring of truth to what I told you. Add on what you need to add on. But that's what's wrong. People want to be convinced of shit that's already true. I'm not here to convince you what the truth is. If I'm telling you the truth, I've already researched it in 3 different places, putting my own personal spin on it. Because if I'm just giving you orange, 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 yellow, red, 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 blue, 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 and just repeat orange to you the whole time, you're going to go, what the fuck is he talking about? Like right now, what the fuck is he talking about?
Well, I have
So
to.
I'm cyber. My thing is cyber, and
Yeah.
we have regulations that direct us in our path in our job. So there's no need for me to, as you say, the sky is blue if I have 50 million documents that say the sky is blue. If you don't believe me that the sky is blue, go read the document or do a Google search and see that the sky is blue.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Right. Right. Now, you know me and you know me. You know I know this to be a fact without saying what the fact is. I'm going to look dead into the camera and I'm going to say this. The earth is not flat. I know this to be true.
Now, what kind of asshole thinks that
I
it's
know
flat?
this to be true. I have flown as high as to see the curvature of the earth. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. The earth is not flat.
The same asshole.
I've said what I said.
Started the wildfires. That's the asshole who thinks the world is.
Oh wait, hold up though. Hold up. You forgot. You got to sweep the forests. You got to get them dead leaves up. Because if the dead leaves are swept up, the Jewish laser beams coming down won't use them as kindling and destroy millions of acres.
Yeah, that asshole. That asshole.
If it sounds crazy, it's because it is.
Oh.
And we make fun of it. But guys, there are 74 million Americans, 55% of white women, who either think this or not correcting the fact that it's not true.
They're lazy. They're all lazy assholes.
Yeah, they're just lazy.
Lazy.
Well, I don't know
motherfuckers.
what they have to gain by letting an obvious lie carry on. I don't know what they have to gain.
Because they don't have any they don't read, they don't have any sense of history or culture or any kind of curiosity. They really are lemmings. I mean,
You know, and I've had this conversation before. I'm done having conversations with people because it's comfortable for them. If a conversation you and I are having makes you a little uncomfortable, then that's some shit we need to be talking about.
Mhm.
All right? Whether it be with family, whether it be with politics, whether it be with just relations with people.
Well, some people don't have enough courage to admit that they're uncomfortable with what you said. Or they don't have the courage to say, oh my God, you hurt my feelings. They just mull.
but why? Why, Chanda? Why do you think that is?
I don't
Okay.
know, their social standing, their environment, I don't know. But I've just come to realize that that's why it's not being communicated, because they're just not correct. They just don't have the courage to say how they really feel, or how it makes them feel.
Okay, well, we have a white person here. Let's do an experiment in privilege. Can you agree, JC, that there are certain things that you can say and do in a regular society that I cannot?
Can you give me an example?
I don't need to. How about just breathing? That's an example.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can agree if you got out into my car and went down to the store and drove through the west side, a shady part of town, you would be treated differently as if I were doing it in the car that I drive.
Probably.
Okay, so you do agree that those are things that actually happen in life.
Yeah, they're microaggressions.
Okay, so you take that, knowing that, and then you go to your office, and then you overhear a conversation about that same situation and how they excuse that for certain people. What do you do about it?
Wait, rephrase the
What the scenario that I just gave to you,
Yeah.
you hear someone else talking about it, but you're just passing by and you hear it going in the reverse as to what you just said. What do you do about it? Overhearing it as a white man.
Well, the people that I'm overhearing are white or black?
It doesn't matter, just a conversation. One is white, one is black, let's say. And
they're-
the reverse of what you said is coming out of the white person's mouth. What do you say?
What was the reverse of what I said?
Oh, dear God.
Have some integrity, JC.
Oh, dear God.
I'm not following your question.
Okay.
You're not being specific enough.
Okay, I'll start again.
Let me do this.
Okay.
If you see a white person, if you see another white person call a black man a dumb black person, are you gonna say something, JC?
Oh, hell yes.
Okay, well, does it matter where you are? If you're in a white part of town or a black part of town, are you gonna say something?
Yes, of course. That doesn't matter.
There are some people who will not say anything about that because they don't have the courage.
Oh.
Or they don't have integrity to have that moral uprightness.
Wow.
Because they're just some punk asses.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening.
There are people in the country who don't recognize that. They don't think that that's wrong. That's
Right.
the goddamn problem.
Right. Right. No. No.
Yet
Trust me.
again.
No.
I have nothing to add.
No, but seriously, that's funny that you said. Now I get it. Okay. Yeah. You know what? No. It's serious because I am so passionate about that. And as you know, as well as animal rights, I know they're mutually exclusive. Yes, I get it. But I will fucking lose my shit if I'm in either of those.
Okay, since you brought up animal rights, let's use that in a scenario. There are white people who will lose their absolute fucking mind to see a dog chained up to a fence while someone's waiting inside to do their groceries or get a Starbucks coffee. They are waiting outside for that owner to see who inhumanely enough to chain a dog up to a pole, all the while letting the George Floyd get his neck leaned on. Ahmaud Arbery gets shot and not say anything. The guy in Colorado, oh God, there's so many names.
No, it's choices.
My point is, though, the selective outrage about what they're outraged about is just boggles my mind.
It's courage. I tell you, it's courage and it's integrity, plain and simple.
Jeremiah.
Meter based on where you are, where you come from, on how much integrity you're going to have or how much courage you're going to have. I made a shirt last week that says, just wondering how black I'm going to have to get today.
But Chanda, don't you think courage comes from being smart?
No, it does not.
So you think dummies can have courage?
I think courage comes from whether or not you want to push the button. It has nothing to do with, you can have 5 PhDs, and if you are just goddamn
No. I don't mean how educated somebody is. I'm talking about like if you're just smart enough to say something. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely not. That's the point I'm making. I could have the most. I could be brilliant, but I could just be afraid of these people who are going to beat my ass if I say something. And that's the thing. Whether or not I think it's morally wrong, I'm just afraid to say it's morally wrong. There is a lack of courage.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of fear out there. I think it's fear because people are ruled by social media and they see all the crazies out there. And trust me, there's a fucking crazy in every. I was going to say in every town, on every road, on your street, there are crazies. And you really have to watch your mouth sometimes because you could get hurt.
Well, we're not going to solve this race problem overnight, but the first step is realizing, like Chanda says, you got to have a profile in courage. You do. And a lot of them don't. They just don't.
Yeah.
And these are people we know, people we work with. They smile in your face, but when they're off on their own, they're just, because when you are quiet, you are complicit, and you don't help the situation when you don't say something. See something, say something. See something, say something. Now, mind you, too, choose your battles. You should always know when to mind your fucking business. Always know, but still, there's a difference between minding your fucking business and letting something unjust go unspoken on. There's a difference.
I think if a lot of people had some kind of what's the word, bodyguard or defense or something, or they felt like they were secure enough to say something in those situations, they'd speak up more, because people don't want to get their face punched in.
Oh, she's gone.
What happened?
Oh, we lost Chanda, everybody. Maybe she'll call back. Maybe she won't.
Oh, she probably got a phone call.
Perhaps. But I'm glad she chimed in. That was unexpected. Oh, okay. That's not her. That was unexpected. We didn't expect her to chime in.
So anyhow, that's that. I mean, yeah. I
think we covered a lot. What time is it? It's been an hour.
It's almost an hour. Like, we've got another 10 minutes, but I will say I'm, I am one of those people that will get up in the middle of the night with my stencil of Black Lives Matter and go around and paint the sidewalks. Seriously. I'm that person.
Okay.
Yep. And everybody should get a, you know how you get those self-addressed, those stamps? You can order these stamps, these ink stamps on Amazon, and they're custom made. Okay. You could, like, where you put your address for envelopes and stuff. I want everyone out there to go on Amazon right now, buy one of these stamps, these black ink stamps, and order it so that it says Black Lives Matter in Helvetica cap bold letters. You'll get it mailed to you within a week. And I want you to go around and stamp everything you think you can stamp without, getting arrested for vandalism. No, trust me, I'm not going to say where I've stamped my little Black Lives Matter. But, and also, people, if you have a business signature on your business email where you have your name and address, and right below your phone number, I would also suggest adding the hashtag Black Lives Matter. That really has an impact on people when you're emailing your business associates. And I just started doing that a couple of weeks ago because this client of mine in the UK emailed me about a month ago, and it said, I thought she was like this, I don't know what I thought she was, but it said Black Lives Matter hashtag at the bottom of her signature. And I was like, whoa. I mean, I don't know. It just really hit me. And I thought, that's brilliant. Mm-hmm. People really need to step it up.
Okay.
Make it a part of culture.
And since you mentioned Black Lives Matter and the stamp, which I suggest that you do because we do have one. And you know what? The perfect place to put it on that new Harriet Tubman 20. That's exactly where you should put it.
You want to do it on the back because there's more space for the black letters to show up. Well, it doesn't have to be black letters. You can make it red.
You can't tell the people where they put it on a dollar, man.
No, it matters where you stamp it, or you won't be able to see it.
Oh, well, I'm sure they'll figure that out.
No.
But I'm just, listen, I'm laughing already ahead of time to when these stimulus checks start rolling out, provided they can get these 20s into circulation before then. All these people cashing these stimulus checks and getting these Harriet Tubman 20s and having to spend them. That is just the last laugh for me, Jack. On Trump, mind you. They did everything in their power to put this on the back burner, which they successfully have done. And Joe Biden is putting it on the front track. In fact, I think they got moving on it as of yesterday to get these 20s into print.
You know what I didn't know? The history of this Harriet Tubman 20. Did you know that the orange turd tried to relegate it to the $2 bill and just shut everybody up? Nobody fucking uses $2 bills. What the? I mean, seriously.
My gosh.
Really? A $2 bill? Fuck off. God, I'm so glad he's out of the White House.
I know I've been sleeping wonderful. I don't know about you guys. And speaking of Black Lives Matter, they have been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. And that's also, of course, is making waves through Trump land. And trying to explain to them why an organization like Black Lives Matter deserves to be nominated is like trying to argue with them that kittens are fluffy. You just can't win. They know why. They can see why an organization like that, well, of course, they've hijacked the reason why Black Lives Matter, making it about them. So they can't understand why an organization like Black Lives Matter would get such an accolade from an organization that's not even American. Because, if you listen to them, Donald Trump has won 4 prizes of the Nobel Peace, I think they put it.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. Listen to, you've heard what they're saying. Let me enlighten you. Joe Biden is only the president of Washington, D.C. because there's a fence around it, making Washington, D.C. foreign soil. Because the new Constitution that was signed like 3 weeks ago only recognizes Donald Trump as the forever president of the 49 states. I don't know where they're getting it from. I don't know why they think that this sounds remotely intelligent, but I'm at a loss, people. And responsible Republicans should be refuting this stuff, and they're not. And that's the problem. But leading back to a question earlier in the hour, why the Republican Party is done. Until they stand up to this foolishness, it's going to continue. It's going to continue. And now there's a fence around the Capitol, which the Capitol Police are saying that it should remain there permanently. And of course, obviously, there shouldn't be a fence around the nation's capital, signifying what it does. But if this is the America that it's going to be, maybe it should stay. Because as Nancy Pelosi said, the enemy is already inside the building. And I think that's going to be it for this Saturday, guys. I'm sorry we got off to a late start. And I want to thank my sister Chanda for chiming on in. We have to do that a little later. I want to thank JC for sitting down with us. He crazy as ever. And this has basically been an extended after dinner chat with JC. And I'm going to try and do this every Sunday, catching up on the events of the week. And if nothing's happened, we'll just make it up. The right seems to just make it up, right? No, we're not going to make it up. We're not going to make it up. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, you can find us on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, all across social media platforms under Lord Timotheus. JC, we're signing out.
All right. Enjoy your week, everybody, and we'll yak at you later.
And yeah, we got to choose our song for our Sunday afternoon Jammy Jam.
That's TikTok, Lord Timotheus. Oh, sorry, Lord _ Timotheus.
Yes.
And I am Lord _ John B.
Yes.
Yes. And I post clips from classic films. I know I am remiss in doing so, but I will be posting some more soon. So
okay. All right. It'll get better, guys. This was a rough draft, but you know what?
What do you mean better? This was better. This was great. What are you talking about? This was fantastic.
We're just talking, but I want to use my green screens and I want to use all my stuff. But I got to learn how to do it.
Oh, stop being so self-deprecating.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you talk? What do you talk?
So what? Who cares?
What do you talk?
So
What do you talk? What do you talk? All right, guys. See you later. See you.